Hello, friends everywhere, whether you're working at home or at work or just stuck at home. I hope you're doing okay and adapting well to the circumstances. I hope your kids are too. I think kids really adapt to circumstances a lot better than us grown-ups do sometimes. And I think when I was a kid, I would have loved staying at home and going to school. I mean, they did bring in a TV a couple times a week, and we watched Chicago Educational TV, CETV, and there was a math class and a science class that we sometimes watched. And I don't know if the teacher went off and had a cigarette or a, or a tranquilizer or what, but I don't know. I think I would have enjoyed distance learning. One time we shut down for 2 weeks, and I went to school in Northwest Indiana. I grew up in Hobart, Indiana, and I don't. The only time I remember closing down for any length of time was one time we shut down for 2 weeks, and that just felt like luxury to me. I asked people on Facebook to tell me about favorite gifts they've received at the holiday time of year, and I'll just go through some I have on the list here. And I got a Barbie doll, and there's a few Barbies on here. My partner Janet and a couple of other people got Raggedy Ann dolls. And you know, they weren't digital Raggedy Ann dolls. They were just rag dolls. And it's amazing how much you can love a thing that doesn't walk and talk and poop on cue. It's just very cool. Our friend Chuck Donjay got a guitar for Christmas. I mentioned his whole name because I want you to look him up. Chuck, Dingee. And he performs live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He'll do covers and some of his own original music, and he does some of the stuff by himself and some with other musician colleagues up in the Northwest, up in Washington State. So again, Chuck, Dingee. Please do check him out. Kevin got a 22 carbine. Well, there you go. Christopher got an Evel Knievel motorcycle and action figure, and Stretch Armstrong. They were tied for his favorite gifts. And by the way, they were action figures. They weren't dolls. Same with G.I. Joe. Not a doll. Action figure. I had a cousin Joey that had dolls. He had Barbies and stuff, which seemed odd to me 100 million years ago. It doesn't seem strange now. But I had action figures. Our buddy Joe Peters got a Johnny Reb cannon, got his arm stuck in the barrel. Yep, you start exploring, don't you? A Smurf plastic picnic table for Jen. Randy got a James Bond 007 race car set around 1966, and says that about 15 years ago there was a 007 auction at Sotheby's, and the same toy in the original box brought $24,000, and he has no idea what happened to his. And that, I said that to somebody the other day, a young person. I said, you know, one of the perks of getting old is that your cool stuff turns into antiques, and if you were smart enough to hang on to any of it, or fortunate enough to still have it, you'd have some money. I'm not fortunate enough to have anything that I had back then that would be valuable now. I had a Roy Rogers bedspread that must have been $4 at Penny's, that I saw on Antiques Roadshow go for like $350. So kind of just the way that goes. One of the really cool, creative people in our area, a really fine writer, just, I don't know, go on Amazon.com, I would guess, and put her name in there. That's where you're going to find Angie Klink's writing. She's just wonderful. And she says she got a black and white dog, Tammy. I was in 5th grade, came home for lunch about a week before Christmas, and after I ate my lunch on a TV tray watching Jeopardy, my mother said she had an early gift for me in the garage. Tammy came bounding in, a spaniel, so Tammy the Spaniel. Dogs are a cool present if you intend to take care of them. I don't think we did. We got a dog, but we ended up giving that dog away. There are some bikes on here. People love their bikes. Kiss dolls. Erica says, I was living in Wisconsin and was given wooden skis one year, and I bet up there, you know, skis are pretty frequent present. I was so excited. There was snow on the ground, so I went outside with my skis, tried to ski down a little hill, and promptly broke the skis in half. Broken right out of the package. Here's Brad with a Lost in Space robot. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. And again, it was a robot or an action figure, not a doll. Here's Nancy with a doll that came from Sears, the Sears catalog. And when I was a kid, almost everything came from Sears and Penny's. I have an olfactory memory of the first day of school smelling like Sears and Penny's because everybody had new jeans and shirts and red ball jets and stuff that came from the same couple of places. Dan has a tie with a couple of presents. Slot car, racetrack, and cars. And slot cars were huge. I mean, there were places like storefronts where you could go in and race your slot cars. I don't know where those went. Probably the way of the dodo. I don't know. Dan also got a snare drum and a hi-hat. We did have some people get instruments as presents, candy apple and electric guitar from Harmony House for Tom. I've still got it after 55 years. Well, there again. As we get older, Tom, our cool stuff becomes prized antiques. Becky got from her grandmother a pair of white go-go boots when she was 11 or 12. She says she's not sure if that was her favorite gift, but that's one that comes to mind. And the footwear is important. I badly, about that same time, I badly wanted Beatle boots. Pointy-toed shoes like the Beatles wore. The problem is my feet are not made for pointy-toed shoes. I have virtually no arch. You know how they used to, I don't know if they still put footprints on a baby's like birth certificate now, but mine, rather than seeing like toes and the heel, just the whole foot. So I could not fit into those Beatle boots. Now, I claimed they were just fine. We went to the shoe store and my mom let me try a pair on. And I said, yeah, Mom, these fit great. And she says, why is your voice that high and why are you sweating? Well, it was the Beatle boots. They were very harmful, very painful. Joe Peters, I mentioned Joe already, got his arm stuck in his cannon, which is good. Here's another one. Lisa Baker, our friend Lisa, got a gumball machine. Oh, I love that gumball machine. I had a gumball machine, and it was cool because you didn't have to ask anybody for, can I get some? You could just go and get some. Now, the gum was just horrible. Just those things just had awful, awful gum. But again, it was your awful gum, and it makes a difference when it's your awful gum, you know. I have something else here, another list I wanted to read for you, go through with you. Is the toy safety. In case you're buying some last minute gifts for the kids in your life, they have a list, World Against Toys Causing Harm Incorporated, or WATCH is the name of this group. And they list the top 10 most dangerous toys. So I'll just go through some of them. They have the name of the toy, and they have warnings from the toy's packaging, and then they have their own warnings and let you know what's what. The first one on their list, Coleco makes this, and you can get them at Walmart and on Amazon and Kohl's and stuff. And they're nursery friends. Coleco Critters. The warning on the box says, warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. Watch out, it says. This cute set of critters is labeled for ages 3+ on the throwaway packaging. However, flocked animals, regardless of labels, are appealing to oral age children, as recognized by the industry small parts regulation. I guess maybe I'm an oral age adult. I know, you have the little kids and things go right into their mouth, so I just never have heard it referred to as oral age. So you'll have to excuse Tommy, he's in the oral age. Otherwise he wouldn't be biting your leg right now. Number 2 on their list, get outside, go launch missile launcher. You launch a missile, and basically it's a slingshot to which you attach a missile, and you pull that back right in front of your face, and then you let it go. Uh, there is a warning: outdoor use only. Warning: choking hazard, small parts. Also, do not aim at people or animals. Now, I don't know what kind of kid you were, but if I was given any kind of toy that shot any kind of projectiles, my brother was going to be ducking those projectiles. I don't know why we have siblings and pets, if not to use our toys to tease and harm them. Potential for eye and facial injuries because you draw this thing back right in front of your face. It says 5-year-old children are advised to go launch this missile with the provided slingshot-like launcher and, quote, watch it soar up to 75 feet. I don't think we had any rooms with 75 feet, so we would have had to have been outside to fire that thing if we wanted to get the 75 feet out of it. However, if you wanted to tease the dog or your brother, you didn't need that big a space. Interesting. What else on the list? Marvel Avengers Vibranium Power FX Claw. So it's an Avengers licensed toy based on the Black Panther. So it's a glove with claws in it. And that's at Kmart, Amazon, Walmart, etc. Potential for eye and facial injuries. And again, it says, do not hit or swing at people or animals. It's a glove that the character used for swinging at people and animals, but you're just supposed to wear it and stand around, I guess. I don't know. I just can't imagine a kid not being sorely tempted to try and left hook somebody with that thing. And again, it's sold for 5-year-olds, and so the judgment, if it just can't be good. There's Gloria Owl. She just sheds feathers you can swallow. WWE Jumbo Superstar Fists. They're gloves shaped like fists. They're $3.99. Kmart, Amazon. Caution: adult supervision suggested. This is a toy. Simulated gloves are not to be used as a protective device. Potential for blunt force and impact injuries. Sold to enable 3-year-old children to emulate pro wrestling superstars. And whom else would you have your kids emulate? The wrestling superstars. But of course, My First Steroids probably comes with it. I don't know. Number 6 here, Scientific Explorer Sci-Fi Slime. You make slime with it. It's chemicals. And not to be used by children except under adult supervision. And why do we buy kids' toys if we have to keep watching them the whole damn time? I don't remember. Maybe I'm too far away down the road from having had little tiny kids, but I thought toys were like, go play with this. I don't know. The zinc sulfide pouch within it warns that its contents, quote, may cause eye, skin, and respiratory irritation, harmful if swallowed. But it is for kids that are 10 and older. So if you have a kid that's 10 and older and you're still worried about them swallowing toys, then you probably shouldn't leave them alone with anything, I guess. The original Boomerang Interactive Stunt UFO. Target, Walmart, ages 8+. In the warnings, quote, Boomerang UFO warning. The Boomerang UFO can cause damage to the user, spectators, and animals. Again, don't involve anybody else in this thing. Keep hands, hair, and loose clothing away from the propeller. See, to me, this is like those chips that they made with Olestra some years back because they were going to be less fatty chips. But then the warnings said you might get the runs from them. It's like, really? I'm just not, even if you have a kid 8+ that's really smart and good, if it says keep loose clothing away from the propeller, I just don't want, I'm just not going to give them that thing. Boom City Racers Starter Pack. This is another thing that launches a vehicle. The Boom City race cards are sold with a ripcord launcher. So children as young as 4 years old can use the stunt set to, quote, rip, race, and explode these miniature vehicles. And again, the warning, not to launch the vehicle at people or animals. Never would have heeded that little instruction. Not for a second. My Sweet Love Tots to Love Babies Minis. Lots to Love Babies Minis. They're little dolls. They're for people 2-year-olds and older. Accessories for doll use only, because it comes with a spoon. Gee, what 2-year-old is going to put a spoon in their mouth? Almost every single one. And the last one is the Star Wars Mandalorian Dark Saber. From Hasbro and Disney, Target, Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, and all their .coms. The hazard potential for blunt force and eye injuries. Young children are encouraged to, quote, swing for battle with this ancient black-bladed lightsaber made of rigid plastic with the potential for facial and other impact injuries. Swing or battle, you 4-year-olds. However, on the caution it says, do not swing, poke, or jab at people or animals. Again, I don't know what kind of kids you were, and I don't know what kind of 4-year-olds you were. My brother and I used to beat each other up using the cardboard tubes from the wrapping paper, which we also referred to as the dur-dur, because, you know, you would pick that thing up and go dur-dur-dur-dur-dur-dur-dur. So just some toys to avoid if you're doing some last-minute shopping for the kids. And thanks for your participation in our little poll about toys. We'll do stuff like that once in a while, and we always look forward to your input. Again, I hope you have great holidays. It'll probably be just about the new year or the new year when next we do one. So whatever you're celebrating or not celebrating, I hope you're doing it or not doing it with ones you loved or by yourself if that's the healthiest thing for you to do. I hope you enjoy. It's harder to say happy holidays anymore. First of all, some people don't like the term happy holidays. It triggers them. Also, you don't want to be encouraging anybody to do unhealthy stuff, which a lot of people don't need encouragement to do. So anyway, enjoy those holidays. And I leave you with another contribution I made to Joe Peters, a fabulous singer-songwriter from the area who now lives in California and embarked upon this project called Collaborations, wherein people were sending him lyrics and he would put a tune to them and kind of do a demo of it, send it to the guitar and studio genius Michael Kelsey in Indianapolis, who would add instruments and beef them up. And then a lot of people recorded their vocal parts to the songs here in Lafayette at Rec Room Studios with Hans and Brittany Reese, who are a couple of people who know exactly what they're doing in the studio and exactly what they're doing with their band. And exactly what they're doing is what they call the Year of the Muffin. Their band is called Frank Muffin. They've been doing a song a week all year. And the songs are good. They're not just tossed off things. So check them out. I think SoundCloud and all the usual sort of outlets you can find their stuff on. And the same thing with Joe Peters' Collaborations. So this tune coming up is all about, you can stare at your shoes, you can shoegaze all you want, but chances are it won't exactly solve everything. Sometimes you just have to power through. That's the name of the song. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you'll be with us next time we do one of our little podcasts, and we'll have some more guests in too as we go down the road with this. Again, enjoy, have a good time, and thanks for being with us. Oh, and don't forget to comment and like and subscribe and do all that stuff that helps keep these kind of podcasts going. It's kind of the lifeblood of this sort of thing. All right, here's our song, Power Through. Enjoy.
Some people have lives of sorrow and regret. Some people have awesome lives and do not know it yet. Some there's just one thing to do, and that's sometimes it's the only thing for you to just head down, chin up, and just power through. And girls, figure out this crazy world, 'cause once you power through, you can discover the power that resides in you. Resides in you. Resides in you. Choose to spend time helping those who are in need. Some folks have no trouble watching other people bleed. But when it feels like everything is closing in on you, let me say that maybe, baby, instead of staring at your shoes, you just, that's what you do, you just, sometimes it's the only thing for you to just, that's right, I said, put your hands together and just power